I'm DJing, Tweet. I got the beat going. Let it ride a little bit.
Let's go.
Let me get this up here real quick. Hey. All right, that's enough. We jamming too hard. I know you the DJ, but I just want to put a little music out there. I know you be turning up
Man,
on the ones and twos.
Everybody DJ.
All right, what's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy headquarters, and America's team. It's your guy G, the number one Cowboy fan, having to coming at you live, direct, and correct with some Mo news. That's right, I said Mo news. Mo news that you can use. M-O news. That's right. So here we are on Monday Night Mic'd Up. Give it up. I need to put these on. All right, what's going on, Mr. Texas? You in the house tonight? What's going on? He's back. So let's give it up for Texas.
Yes, man.
How you feeling, brother?
Man, good, man. I just watched on 212 direct. Man, they had the Cowboys and Eagles when Jason Garrett was there, so I'm just watching, you know.
Man, I watched all three I watched all three Super Bowls that we had a couple of days ago. You understand? Yeah. That was about 30 years ago. They still showing I film. How about that? But let me get on it.
It's always, man, America's team.
Oh, well, of course, you already know that, man. So let's get right on into this, man. I got to give a big shout out to all those that are a part of this channel. So first of all, let's get started. I got to say thank you to all the social media groups out there. Big thank you to Cowboy Huddle Podcast, Facebook, Cowboy Fan 365, We Them Boys, 520 Boys, Queen of Honor by Cowboys Fan Club, Mexico, Cowboy Fan Zone 24/7, Guadalajara, Hard Hitters, Lifestyle, and One Star One Family. Give it up for all those that share our media in their social media groups. Yeah. So yeah, this is what's going on, man. And before we get started, I definitely gotta send our prayers out to everybody on the coast of Texas, man. They going through that hurricane right now, and our prayers are going out to them, and wishing them the best, man. Because I got a couple of relatives down there, and I had to go check on them, and they're riding it out, man. They don't have no electricity right now, but hopefully everything passes over and everybody makes it out of that safe, So our prayers definitely from the Cowboy Huddle Podcast to you that are being affected. And also those in Mexico. Mexico is getting hit also, Texas. So, we see a lot of this down here in Texas, man. A lot of these hurricanes, and it's about the season, you know what I mean?
Tyler too got some tornadoes down there.
Where is that?
Tyler, Texas.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I just left them down that way, man, and I had to rush up out of there.
Really?
I love being rushed up out of there, and man,
yeah,
I just got to call all the lights and stuff. Yeah, just a while ago, about an hour or two ago.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's keep this thing going. You know how I got to do? I got to do my intro. My administrator's not here, so she'll get on me if I don't do this. So here we are. The Cowboy Huddle Podcast Apparel. That's right. Great for tailgate parties, home game, as well as away games. Visit all our apparels at www.cowboyshuddleapparel.com. And that's right. We have crop tops. We have T-shirts. We have sports bras. We have leggings. We have, check it out, Cowboy Huddle Podcast sneakers. That's what I said. Cowboy Huddle Podcast sneaker. That's right. So if you get a chance, go check us out on www.Cowboy Huddle Podcast Apparel. Now, it's not, I'm tripping. But get a chance. Check us out, man. And we want to thank everybody that has played a part and purchased our merchandise, man. Again, we appreciate everybody. So with that being said, y'all see the title of this this segment of this recording. Dallas Cowboys odds versus the NFC East. So let me get on into this real quick and let me talk about it. So right now we're going to start with the where we are as far as the last year's standing. So we know that Cowboys finished 12-5. The Eagles finished 11-6 with a 646.7 percentage. New York Giants finished 6-11. They finished over the Washington Commanders. And the Commanders, not our Commanders, but the Commanders, they finished 4-13. Man, I'm telling you. Now, looking at that, Texas, and knowing our schedule, I think we won 5 out of those 6 games, didn't we? In our division. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yep.
I think we split with
I was,
Philadelphia.
yep.
So that's 5 games. It should have been 6, but that was 5 games in the book. I mean, had the division gotten that weak, you think, or what's going on?
I think the Commanders kind of threw some games to me. I think they wanted the high pick, quarterback like they did. So I mean, but
Okay.
we'll get in that when we chop that up about
Yeah.
what about the
Yeah.
team.
Well, let's get into it then. Let's start with these old well hated, the well hated Philadelphia Sheagles. That's what I said. Philadelphia Sheagles. That's what I said. So, Texas, this is what they got going on with the Philadelphia Sheagles. This is actually by the Bleacher Report reporting on Philadelphia Sheagles. Said roster holds Eagles must fill before training camp. So, and it, basically, you got some holes to fill. So, personally, and I thought this was a big issue with the Eagles, man, and I even think the fans. I bought some of the comments and the memes that they put out there, bro. But they secondary, man, and boy, I'm telling you, they put out trash cans, man. They sat out. They protested in front of the darn facility and all that. And to say that, I say this: number one, Darius Slay and James Bradbury, man, they just basically had a horrible season. So right here, what it says: Darius Slay and James Bradbury simultaneous drop off in production in 2023 forced the Eagles to use their first round pick on Quinion Mitchell, the rookie out of Toledo, expected to provide some stability to a unit that was torched throughout the season. Mitchell's performance alone will not be good enough for the Eagles to improve their defense effort. There is hope that Slay and Bradbury both can return to all pro levels, but if they do not, the Eagles will be in a difficult position. Give it up. What do you think about these
Yeah,
Sheagles, man?
I think like I said, they was bad on the defensive back cornerbacks. They was getting misused. So then for you to bring a rookie in, I don't think that's good enough to change everything on that end. Like, and then Jalen, well, Hurts, I don't feel like I feel like people got tape on him, and all you got to do is contain him and really make him throw. His best option is running.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Well,
That's really how
yeah.
I feel.
Well, with that being said, they have a different offensive coordinator. And you know who that offensive coordinator is, don't you, right? You do know who the offensive coordinator is, right?
Kellen Moore, he gonna make him throw first. Make him
That's
throw
right.
first.
Kellen Moore is the new offensive coordinator with the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's give it up for Kellen Moore and the Philadelphia Eagles. Another one man's trash is another man's treasure. How about that?
Right.
Yeah, man. Personally, man, I'm looking at this defense, man. They have a lot going on, and I don't know how they're going to bounce back from what we saw last season. But to add fuel to the fire, again, I think that is a big problem. Um, Along with their defense, this offense, I've heard already that Jalen Hurts is having, he's having issue with Kellen Moore and his scheme that he's trying to run. Have you heard anything about that?
I ain't heard anything, but it's gonna be hard because that's not as an offensive coordinator, you got to hide well, let me see your offense's weaknesses. And his weaknesses is the same thing as our quarterback throwing the ball 50 times. Period.
Right.
If you throw the ball 50 times, like I said, I only been seen in our era two quarterbacks. Well, Peyton Manning throwing it 50 times, and Tom Brady. I ain't, and sometimes Drew Brees, but majority, I haven't seen a quarterback that win like that.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Well, and that's definitely going to be an issue. That's
Mahomes,
definitely
I
going to.
forgot Mahomes. Mahomes, my bad. I gotta give him. I can't like the new goat, Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
For real, I
yeah,
gotta get
yeah,
him right.
Mahomes. Yeah, yeah, he is the new goat for sure.
Yeah,
But when I man, listen to this though, man. I'm looking at the additions to this offense. Now, I don't know how Kellen Moore's going to pull this off, but you know they've been surrounded. Number one, we already know about AJ Brown. We know about
right,
Devontae Smith. But the latest addition is
right,
Saquon Barkley. Yeah.
right,
That's a whole different story when we come to talk about the New York Giants because I just really don't know what they was thinking. But when I look at this roster, I look also we do know who the backup quarterback to Jalen Hurts is. Uh
right,
Mr. Kenny Pickett himself from Pittsburgh Steelers.
right,
This man have went from a starter to a backup, a whole backup, man. So, then they got Dallas Goedert. Then that's basically their offense. So again, I think Kellen Moore is going to have the talent to do what's needed. But the question is, what is this run game going to look like? If it looks like anything what we did, you can forget about it.
right. That's it. I mean, that's how I feel. Like until they change it, I can't. It's what I seen from what he did for us and what he did from what the last team was at the Chargers. I didn't see no difference.
Who?
The quarterback still what Kellen Moore did.
Oh,
So if
Kellen
he's
Moore.
gonna
Yeah,
do the
well,
same
yeah,
thing,
man. Well, the whole Kellen Moore got the whole offensive. He got the whole coaching staff fired over there in the Chargers.
right. And itself too.
Well, yeah, man. He got everybody fired. Man, they fired fired.
They was
Get your
before
get
he before they
get
before he
hey
got there, they was like
get
say before they was like this,
get.
G. They was on the trampoline before they was like dude seesaw when he got there, but
Man, they
when he got there, like everybody fell.
man, they didn't ask for their playbook back. I said, no, man, you keep the playbook, mail it in, get out, give me your
Right.
badge. That's what I want. Hey,
Nah.
oh yeah, give me the whole offensive coaching staff. Y'all come in. All right, leave your badge right there. It was nice knowing you. We'll send you a
And
check.
another thing is first time under Kellen Moore, so who knows? I don't think that's a advantage.
Man. Who is this you're talking
That's
about?
not a. I said the Eagles, the first year under Kellen Moore, I don't think they have an advantage.
Man, there ain't no man. I'm telling you, this whole NFC East, man, it's like the flea market.
Right. If they, my honest opinion before we get there, the Cowboys got the most action because they do have the offensive coordinator they've been using.
Well, yeah, they have, but everybody on the last year contract with Dallas. I think we're in better shape, but we're gonna get
Yeah.
to that. So anyway, so let's move on to our next foe. Our next foe that we have that's lined up and is our well hated Washington Commanders. So yeah, we got the Washington Commanders, and right now this what they got on Washington Commanders. So Washington Commanders began training camp on July 18th. The rookie class reports first, followed by Washington veterans 5 days later. The 2024 Commanders will look significantly different from last year's team. Washington has a new general manager, Adam Peters, and coaching staff too, led by Dan Quinn. The roster is also different. The Commanders signed over 20 free agents and added 9 draft picks and 11 undrafted free agents. How good can Washington be in 2024? Could the Commanders go from worst to first? Over the next several weeks, we will preview the 2024 season. So, what do you think? Can they go with what they've done? Do you think they can go from worst to first? Texas?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't really feel like they don't have their quarterback real young. You feel me? So it's a different game. It's a different game than going. You got to be able to hide it. And what I'm saying, if they can hide it, they can do better. But they didn't get no running backs. They didn't. To me, they trying to do what everybody else and pass the ball. And if they run the ball, then we should be able to stop the run. We good. I mean, that's me. I don't think they're going to run the ball. I don't think they're going to. I think they're young. They're young. The only thing they got good, I get it. Them do 2 defensive tackles. Other than that, everything else.
Well, you could. I
I'm
agree.
sure them defensive tackles.
Right, right. I agree. But out of the 3 teams in this division, I think Washington is the more I would probably concentrate on because of the similarities that they have to our team. So, yeah, I think this is more something to look at. Jaden Daniels. We have no tape on Jaden Daniels. We don't know what the scheme is. We don't know what the playbook looks like for Jaden. He's dangerous. Now, only thing about this kid, he takes a lot of hits, so he's going to definitely get introduced to the NFL. But I like
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels. I like this kid.
I like
I
him.
really do
I
like him.
like him.
Um,
He little.
I think
He little.
basically he will be one that he kind of reminds me. Could be that CJ Stroud. He could be that guy. I don't know. We don't know what the offense,
But
but
he ain't tall enough.
huh?
He ain't tall enough.
Well, I'm yeah, and you might. Well, I think CJ Stroud's shorter than him. I don't know, but
No, CJ Stroud taller than him.
well,
I think he's more like Calamari size, man.
no, he's not that short, bro. I don't think. But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know. I don't know what his size is, but I know he's thin. He's very thin kid, but
Yeah.
um. Yeah, I like this kid, man. The thing about what I like about him is how he took control of his offense at LSU. So you know, it's yet to be seen what it's going to look like. Now on this defensive side, I'm gonna say this here, Texas, but I'm not worried about Dan Quinn because we know he cannot stop the motion offense. That's what I said. He cannot stop the motion offense. That's what killed us. So if they're playing the Rams, if they're playing the Green Bay, or if they're
San
playing the
Francisco.
49ers, yeah. So that's 3 losses because this guy does not know how to play the motion offense. So, and it's going to look a lot like what we seen here. So I'm not really concerned, really worried about this defense. Only thing about it is we do have a few of our former players that's playing over there, so that could be an issue. What you think?
Those players was off the bench players. They wasn't starters. They
Hmm.
they didn't get they didn't
Well,
get no starters. Only starter they did get, and that was Biotis on the offensive side, the center.
yeah.
But he was getting pushed in the back. That's why we couldn't run the ball. He had the heart, like I tell you, but he too light. He too light in the eight. You hear me?
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
respectful. You know what I'm saying? He was too light as a center, man. Like that's why we went for centers. Like when when the Cowboys like a guy, they like a guy, but they had to let him go.
Hmm.
There is no way they would let the center that they love go. You hear me? He wasn't a Frederick. You know what I'm saying? So a Frederick. I like to be honest from fight, but he too little. We gonna be in the backfield. Everybody gonna be in the backfield. Be honest, will be out of there. If they stay loyal to him, well, they paid him a contract, so they gonna be in the backfield. Everybody gonna be in the backfield. The best offer for them is some I don't know, but he's gonna they can't stop the run. Like I mean, they can't run the ball with him in the middle.
Hmm.
I mean, like he can pick up the assignments, but somebody's like it's like having Shaquille O'Neal and got him playing point guard. You
Yeah,
remember, you remember Dennis Rodman? You shoot them threes, and they let him shoot one ball. Dennis shoot one
yeah,
ball, but no more. Get a rebound. We know you got to do what you can do, and that's what the sport's about. Do what you can do best.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm
So
gonna say this about Washington. So here's the additions that they have added to. They're usually there. Well, we don't know what it's gonna look like. Well, we know from last year they would run with three receivers and one tight end. So their addition is their starting quarterback, Jaden Daniels. They picked up Austin Eckler as a running back. They also got Brian Robinson Jr., which I like little Brian Robinson Jr. The dude's tough. They also have Terry McLaurin. They also have Jahan Dodson, and they got Luke McCaffrey. Now, this is where my concern comes in with these receivers. I don't see any big names, receivers out there. We even got Zach Ertz, a guy that's been around for a while, as their tight end. So the offense, I mean, it depends on if they change up their offensive scheme because of the kid that they have in here. But their backup quarterback is Marcus Mariota. So that's where they look like on the offense. Their base was we know that there's a 4-3 base defense. Now this is the one guy that I wish we still had, but we don't. Dante Fowler Jr. He's over there with Dan Quinn along with Dorrance Armstrong. So these guys was pretty big, backups for us. But they also added Bobby Wagner. So they got Bobby Wagner. They picked him up, which I wish we would have picked up, but for whatever reason, we just played. I don't know, Mother May something. I don't know what we was doing. We played the froze game. I don't know what we
we
did.
could have got him last year, Bobby, but Dan didn't want him because he didn't want to. Dan did not want to use linebackers for some reason. Like I said, I heard a couple of linebackers talking about they wasn't getting time to play. It didn't mean we have linebackers, but you would plug them. And I think the only reason Vandals played because the Dallas Cowboys, we gotta have that, you know, we gotta have that guy that can sign autographs for Jerry on both sides. You know what I mean? So what that was. So I think he just wouldn't play linebackers. Now they say they're gonna play linebackers, but then they're not gonna be good against the pass. That's what made us good against the pass because we had 6 DBs on the field at all times. So either way, if we run the ball, y'all stop us, but we'll beat y'all by throwing. So either way, pick your poison with the defense because they're only good as at the nickel and with the 6 down lineman.
Yeah. And I think they brought Bobby Wagner because he knows Dan Quinn's offense and Dan Quinn just like we brought in Eric Kendrick. He knows Mike Zimmer's defense. So you need somebody on the field that can direct the defense. So I think that's what Bobby Wagner is going to bring to the table when we're talking about the Washington Commanders. So again, I'm a big fan of Bobby. I wish we would have brought him, but again,
I
we
like him.
we passed them up. So, yeah. So again, this is one team I I'm keeping an eye on
Right.
from early on because I want to see what this offense is going to look like with Jaden Daniels. Want to see if they're going to the defense. I'm not really worried about the defense. We know the defense, but this offense, I really want to see what this offense look like under this new coaching staff and general manager and things like that. So with that being said, we got to move on to the final and last team, and that is our New York. Well, not I keep saying our. I say our because it's division, but it's not ours. It's just they're in our division. The New York Giants. Yeah, the New York Giants. So yeah, here we are, man. Come to find out, bro, that Brian DeBall has a whole new coaching staff. I guess he wasn't a problem, but all other coaches around him was. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
look like he has his defensive coordinator Shane Bowen from the Titans, offensive line coaches
Mhm.
Carmen Brasilio from the Raiders, tight end coach is Tim Kelly from the Titans, running back coach is Joel Thomas from the Saint, and assistant defensive. assistant is Zach Kerr, or whoever his name is. So yeah, so with this being said, we know that they did get rid of
Barkley,
Shaquan Saquon Barkley, and
right?
they kept the quarterback, Daniel
Danny
Jones.
Dimes. Danny Dimes. Danny
Danny
Dimes.
Dimes, I
You know what I
guess,
mean?
whoever, but it still don't make sense to me, man. This guy, and this is why I talk about, this quarterback. It's the market. It's not even the player anymore. It's the market. So if you're a bad quarterback and they decide to give you big money, guess what that does to all other quarterbacks? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
what do
big
you
time.
how you feeling about this New York Giant team, man?
Yeah, Saquon Barkley is the only thing. I don't know. I didn't see them get anything that made them extravagant. That's why when everyone talk about the Cowboys, didn't nobody do nothing different. Saquon Barkley just went over to the Eagles. Like they didn't do nothing different. I mean, really, didn't nobody. We done seen all these teams, and didn't nobody just say for me. You feel me? Didn't nobody everybody got getting excited, but didn't nobody do the You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like the Eagles, they had a running back. They always had a running back. He a little bit Saquon a little better, but if you don't run the ball, it don't matter to me.
but the question is, how do you send your running back
To the
to a
division.
a, a rival team? How do you? That's the last thing you would want is to send an angry man to your opponent, and that's
He gonna
exactly what
play
they
hard
did. It
against
was
you.
like, but this just shows you the level of thinking that the New York Giants are on. They didn't care. They released him, allowed him to go to the Philadelphia Eagles, and basically this new general manager, he had a little interview or something. They are doing the hard knocks. That's gonna be trash. But they're doing this hard knocks. But he was interviewing. Well, no, he wasn't interviewing, but he was having a meeting with the players personnel guy, and he said, okay, now if we're going to let Saquon Barkley go, how does this work? He said, well, you're going to build up a line, and we're going to we're going to let the $40 million man throw the ball because you don't give the ball to a $12 million running back. I just don't get it. And that's why they are where they are today. Too much ego over there. So yeah, again, it's nothing to see really. So their additions that they do have at running back, they brought in Devin Singletary. They brought him in. They do have a receiver, Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, which he's questionable. Well, as far as I don't know what this look like. Wandale Robinson, tight end, Daniel Bellinger. So who are the top receivers? Who is number one? Who are your quarterback going to throw the ball to? Nothing against these guys, but these are not top name receivers, bro. So who is
Nope.
Daniel Jones going to throw the ball to? You know what I
We
mean?
don't know. They don't know.
No, evidently they don't know, man. It's crazy,
They
but
don't
I
know.
mean, I mean, New York is just being New
Yeah.
York, I
I
guess.
mean, you see, I'm over here yawning because that was a boring team. That's, hey, that, hey, man, they just being part of New York media. They gonna hype up everybody in New York, any teams. The basketball, football. The only team that worth ever being something is the Yankees, man. It's just period. Uh, well, when Eli was there, New York did handle their business, but other than
Yeah.
that, they always. I mean, they not doing. I'm like you said, they didn't go get no receiver. They should have went to go get some receivers to help your guy. Like it ain't your scheme, it's your team. It ain't your team, it's your scheme. They ain't gonna get no receivers, man. That's
No,
why I be
there's
saying
there's
like,
there's there's no star receivers on this team. And then we talk about Devin Singletary. I like Devin Singletary, but again, Devin Singletary, he's I'll take Saquon Barkley over Devin Singletary anytime. I'm sorry. I would.
well,
But,
you got to had too much. did so they had to get rid of him. When you go to talking, you gotta cut you out. They gotta cut you out because that means you gonna control the locker room. You gonna control over. We done seen the years. They gonna control like with T.O. and them. They gonna control. They don't want them to have the control. That's why Zeke had to go. Zeke had too much control, but that
Yeah.
control kind of helped. It kind
Well,
of helped.
yeah. But again, man, I just think New York is New York, man. I mean, it's just I don't know what they're doing. They're putting all their eggs in one basket behind Daniel Jones, and good grief, I don't get it. But Daniel Jones, and I mean, he's the money that he's getting paid for doing absolutely nothing. And when I look at Daniel Jones, I mean, the guy I don't even think he threw for 1,000. I don't know what happened, what's going on with Daniel
He
Jones,
got
but
hurt.
it was
He
bad.
got hurt
Yeah,
this
he
year.
got hurt. Yeah. So
I think.
basically, this general manager has this ego, so he feels that I made this choice to bring this quarterback in and give him all this money, and we got to ride this quarterback. But this quarterback is actually hurting him. But maybe I could be wrong. I could be thinking something else, or somebody see something I don't see. But yeah, but
No,
I
but
don't know.
I see Daniel Jones throwing the ball pretty good. I think this the scheme, man. Y'all making them more throw it 50 times. They didn't have no defense. So of course, that's me. That's why the division don't scare me. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, when we talk about that, we got to go on to the America's team. Let's give it up for the America's team, Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, Lord.
And yeah, and when we talk about the Dallas Cowboys right
Yes,
now, we
Lord.
know that our starting quarterback is Dak Prescott, the runner-up and MVP on last season. But now I look at this. I'm looking at the depth chart. Starting quarterback Dak Prescott, backup backup quarterback Trey Lance,
Cooper.
third string Cooper
You gonna go
Rush.
with Trey?
Where it's
They
written
showing
up
it.
in here. It's written up. That's where it's written up. We go to running back. Out of all the running backs we got, your starting running back, as it's listed on this roster right now, is Ezekiel Elliott. I'm baffled. If this, I'm the biggest Zeke fan. I'm gonna tell you right now, Texas, I'm the biggest Zeke fan. But if you're going to release him to bring him back to be your starter, why in the hell did you release him?
Well, the the answer to that is Pollard was getting the garbage yards, man. He was getting the good yards from garbage after Zeke blocking,
Who?
pounding. Zeke was here. Pollard was coming off the ground. Zeke doing all the hard, dirty work, the mud, picking up the dirt, all that. Pollard coming
Yeah,
in, everybody else tired. Shoo! But when Pollard after Pollard had to carry the load, he tiptoeing now because he's scared. He want the money. He don't want to get hurt. But Zeke,
his body wasn't built for it.
hell no. Like you remember, like I said last time, Warren Dunn. Warren Dunn was ready, but Warren Dunn came in after they pound. I stopped pounding that boy, pounding it, Warren Dunn. And that's the same thing. That's why he was doing so good because he pound, 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 splash, pound, 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 splash. You hear me? It's kind of
Yeah,
like again having Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe passing down to Shaquille while he dunking. Now Shaquille dunking, now we got double to him. Now Kobe wide open to go dunk.
yeah. It's mind boggling, man, that when you look at this roster, they got Zeke Elliott listed as the starting running back. And nothing against Zeke because I said they should have never let him go because I really felt that we missed that window of opportunity. If we had a better running game, we probably would have got further in the playoffs. We probably would have had a better record, but we felt the need that we had to release him and we went through this debacle of this non-existent running game, which our coach told us, I know how to win. I want to run the damn ball, and you end up doing the same damn thing that Kellen Moore was doing. We had a fullback that we could have put in the mix. We refused to put him in the mix until a crucial time, you put him in, and then you punish him because of what he done. So again, it just it's mind boggling that on this roster they got Zeke Elliott starting, then behind him is Rico Dowdle, then Deuce Vaughn, and then Royce Freeman.
But
So
I
do you
thought they
what
let
do you
Royce
think
Freeman
about
go.
Deuce Vaughn this year? Is there a role for Deuce Vaughn in the backfield this year or not?
I I don't. Well, he did with the chance he get, but it's not enough. I just it ain't no chance. It's like he's part of the family. That's why they keep him. Like the I think the Cowboys sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time they pick and use for family. It's not. It ain't about. It's about the family with him. You know what I mean? It's not about the player. Sometimes it's like sometimes we keep players that we really don't need.
Too long.
It's just they too long. We lower to them, and then we looking crazy. Deuce. I mean, I really can't tell because they didn't use him right. They
Well,
didn't use him. Like
they
we
had him
got,
in training camp.
yeah, training
What was
camp
you
he
gonna
did
say?
good, but they had him in training camp. You right about that, but I'm saying in the season they didn't use him.
No, they did not use him at all. But I was just what I was saying is they did use him as a slot receiver. So that right there tells me something like, okay, they're running out of options. I mean, it was a great story. It was a great story to bring Deuce Vaughn in to be with his dad and things like that. But I'm expecting Deuce to contribute to the team, you know. But you wasted a pick to bring him in to make a great story, and then he's not being used. Now, I can't say this with this new kickoff rule. I see him and Cavante Turpin probably being a little dangerous back there on how they're going to do the kickoff now. So I see that he probably play a major
Right.
role in that. But as far as this running back game, we tried it. It just, he just didn't pan out like we thought he would. So we just have to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I feel the same. I mean, I just cannot. We loyal to something. Uh, it's just like it's so hard because we know the team, but we don't own the team.
Right, right, for sure.
So it's kind of hard to just like, it's like I mean I don't know, man. It's kind of hard because like people, me being a fan is a fanatic
Right.
as the way it is as if I was a coach. So that's
Hmm.
why like I can be real and say what we good and bad. A lot of people like, man, what you mean? Like a lot of people think we lost. We lost. We didn't lose really nothing. We lost an offensive lineman that this the only year he played without getting hurt. So that means he could play every other year because you just don't stop getting hurt. But you
Yeah,
want that new contract, so you went over to the Jets. Travis Frederick,
they'll
we
figure it out.
only reason not Travis Frederick. I mean, yeah, they'll figure out he gonna be hurt in week 3. Uh, Biotis, like I told you, Biotis, he left, but when we can't run the ball and it's two, you one guy just pushing you back and you got help. That's not good. You got to look at tape. We watching
Yeah,
film and tape, so if we see it, the Cowboys got to see it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
They have to see it. So that's gonna be remain to be seen. Here's something. How do you feel about uh our new rookie lineman coming in? How you feeling about them as far as being ready by season start?
I like it. I mean, it's anything new that can gel like glue. And right now that line is for the future. That's why we can put Zeke Elliott. What happened is we didn't have a line healthy, a line consistent, or the line big enough. When the Cowboys win the Super Bowls, we had 1,000 pound line. Everybody's 300 for the great Larry Allen, RP. Everybody's 300 plus. So we can push the crap. But right there, they coming in with these no help, uh, not physical, not strong. If they not physical enough, they not strong enough, or they too light in the A. So
Yeah,
now the guys we got physical and they can grow. To me, The best thing that means Dak ain't got to throw the ball 50 times. We can run off the back of them tails and run. That's why Zeke will be good because now we got somebody. Zeke is not just there to run the ball; he's there to what no other running back could do is take on the blocks.
Yeah, yeah,
So when them DNs coming in, a lot of them boys, Pollard, and I know friends that's been in been running backs on the line in the NFL. And the one thing they'll tell you, boy, them boys coming, they coming hard. They hitting you
oh
without the
yeah,
ball.
yeah.
So think about
That's
it.
what they told
So think
dudes.
about somebody blocking. Yeah. So think about somebody trying to hold God doggone the boys come running in for that. You got to have people pick up
Yeah,
assignments smarter. That's what Zeke was good for. Pick up
yeah.
assignments. And he did good. To
And
me, he
Pollard,
did good with the
Pollard,
Patriots.
yeah, Pollard. He lacked that. He was too light in the britches to do that, and it was just it was a bad look with Pollard being your guy to pick up these big time linebackers and defensive end. But
Man, I'm almost
yeah,
better than Pollard.
for sure. Yeah. So, and here's something. So,
He too
right
little,
now,
man.
where they got it lined up right now, they got Chauncey Golston and Osa Adigazua as the starting DTs, and got Mozzie as the second. And I know this is pre anything, but this is where it's lined up as Mozzie as this was the number one pick. What the hell we talking about? He's a second. He needs to be team one. This is where we
Yeah,
drafted him. I don't want what? Beg your pardon? What?
we don't. But the thing is, Dan Quinn made him lose weight, took him out of his position. He's not was not supposed to be rushing. He's supposed to be a clogger. It's a
Yeah.
difference.
Run stopper. Run
Run
stopper.
stop, a clog the middle, but when you changing up things, it's like
Yeah.
again. Did you want Shaquille O'Neal to lose weight, or you want him to be big as well so he can be strong and dominant?
Makes all the
So
sense in the world. You're right about that.
it happened to me one day, man. I weighed out like I was weighing like 250. Lose all the weight. I wasn't as stronger when I had that 250 because I could use my body with that 250.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. And and that plays a big role in the position that you play. And with Mozzie Smith, it just he looked out of place. He was a step slow. Even Nate Newton said yes, you can't guess. You got to know where you're going. And at the professional level, you cannot guess. You got to know where you're going. So it's just a learning curve. But again, I got two things I want to mention. I really want to see Michael Paulson back at linebacker. I really do, but it might not happen. Which I just think under this defense of Mike Zimmer, this guy would be so hard to block. So hard to block if this guy was playing linebacker because he's going to shoot every gap that's on the front line. But right now on the list, they got him listed as the right defensive end. Okay,
I
so
want to swap him though. I want to be
well, yeah, yeah, move him
linebacker.
around. Yeah, move him around.
Be a rover.
Yeah, moving him around that'd be great. But I think the biggest attention is going to be directed at our cornerback position with Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs. Man, let's give it up for him. Woo! Man, can you imagine what that's going to look like?
Right. We should be interception to the house down there every week. Well, who they gonna have?
Exactly.
Who they got as safeties right now?
Say that again.
Hooker and who? Who they got down at safety? Hooker and who?
Oh, you got
Who
Malik
they put
Hooker,
at
you
safety?
got Donovan Wilson, and you got Marquise Bell. Yeah, those are you. But I got it. You know what? And I'm gonna tell you, Deron Bland and Trey Diggs. But I'm tell you something, man. And, I had him on the show not long ago, man. But I'm really my guy, man, Josh Butler, man. I was looking at his highlight tape, man. This kid here has a nose for the ball, man. So I know he has to go up against a few guys, and we know we got the new Kalen Carson in there, and we got Eric Scott Jr., we got Garyon Conley. So he's gonna have to fight, but you know, uh just watching his highlight, man, I think he's going to make some noise. Josh Butler is definitely going to make some noise on this team, man. I'm looking at this highlight, man. This kid here can play from Michigan
Yeah,
State,
he can
man.
play.
So yeah, he can play. So I would definitely like to see him make this push as well. But man, it's something to see, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to see this thing get kicked
So
off,
what
man.
about
So
4, 5 more weeks after 4, 5 weeks
as far as for what the training camp or season,
preseason?
preseason,
About 4 weeks.
yeah, about 4 weeks, yeah, in August.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got about a month left. So yeah, let's get everything getting kicked off. But man, like I say, man, I'm just waiting to see what we look like. We know Dak is betting on himself. We got a bunch of players that's on 1 year contracts along with our coaches. So, we got some things going on in-house as well, man. And we did when what we said was all in. Well, hell, we was all in on nothing.
Yeah, for real. Hey, and the fans, y'all can help us go to Cali. We trying to go to Cali. They can help us if they want to. You know they can.
Yeah, we say they can help. Yeah, man. We
Y'all
gonna
can help us,
definitely
man. So we can
get
get
out
y'all
there to
to.
Oxnard, man. Get out there and see what's going on, man, and check in on our Cowboys and report what's going on with our Cowboys. I'm just like I got a few players. I want to look at this receiving battle. I want to look at this tackle position battle. I want to see the center position battle. I want to see the linebacker battle. So it's a lot to see, man. That's why I
For
like going to
real.
the training camp, just for that reason, man. So, well, Tex, you got any last words, man? I've held you on here long enough, man. I know you got things to do, but
Man, we know
what was your
Cowboy
final
fans,
thought?
man. Cowboy fans, man. I think it's the year, man. We make it to the playoffs, we going to the ship. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I know that's right,
So,
man. I know
man,
that's
I
right.
think we the best. We the best team in the division, man. We didn't lose nothing.
Yeah,
Y'all don't be wary. Don't be wary, man. Don't be
yeah,
wary, man.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Tell me, yeah, keep hope alive, right?
Keep Terrence Newman jersey on, man. They ain't see that, man. This real Cowboy fan, man. Yeah, and if you ain't a
Yeah,
Cowboy
man.
fan, man, go jump off a bridge. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
oh,
That's how
I'm
we go off on the
yeah.
deep end.
Here's the deal. On
We,
the Cowboy Hunter Club podcast, we allow trollers to come in because all they are is undercover lovers of the Dallas Cowboys. So we invite everybody to come on the show. So, I see them all the time. So, yeah, it's all good with me. But I'm going to say this. This is how I'm going to rank the division. I'm going to rank the division as Cowboys, Washington, Philadelphia, and your boys, New York again. And then there's a big blow up in New York because they're going to be so trashy. So, how would you rank it before you get out of here?
me, I gotta go Cowboys, Eagles, and I go with the Giants again, man.
And then
They got the, and then the Commanders because that's the better quarterback than Daniel Jones better than what's name as of now because he ain't like I said in the NFL. We gotta leave that stuff in college, man. You gotta grow
yeah,
that. You gotta leave
welcome to the
welcome to the
NFL. That's what they usually say.
NFL.
Well,
For
hey, with
real,
that being
G.
said, yeah, I'm telling you. And with that being said, man, do us a favor, man. Make sure you hit the like button, share button, and also hit the notification bell so you too will be notified when the next video is posted. And like I always say, stay safe and be blessed. Deuces. We out.
Yes, yes, Lord.
Peace.